Ambassadors back.
Ugandan diplomat Olara Otunnu, who just joined the contest to become the next Secretary General of the United Nations, has spoken to an informal gathering at the United Nations.
We have continued to emphasize the importance of human rights. In the words of the Charter, fundamental human rights and the dignity and worth of the human person. These are the words of the Charter. And we must return to the basics in terms of the regime of human rights of which I speak, the basics as postulated in the Charter.
He is the seventh contender to succeed António Guterres when he steps down at the end of this year. Otunnu, a former UN Under-Secretary General who served as a special representative for children and armed conflict, was nominated by Uganda in a letter on Friday to the presidents of the UN General Assembly and Security Council. In his meeting, he expressed support for UN reforms, saying it is no longer an optional choice, it is an imperative. He also called out Gaza as among his first priorities because of the unacceptable level of suffering and tragedy.
Among the conflicts on which I would focus immediately because of the unacceptable level of suffering and tragedy is the Gaza situation. But we should not stop at ending the current phase of the conflict. It's exceedingly important that we begin as a matter of priority to address the root cause of the problem and have a long-term solution to this problem.
At 75, he is the oldest of the current candidates for the role, which Guterres has held for 2 5-year terms. Guterres' successor faces the task of revitalizing an organization in crisis and declining stature that is under increasing pressure to reform a bloated, costly bureaucracy and a cut duplication across its many agencies. The other candidates are Rafael Grossi of Argentina, Director General of the UN's International Atomic Energy Agency, former Chilean President Michelle Bachelet, Rebecca Grispan, a former Vice President of Costa Rica, Maria Fernanda Espinosa, a former Foreign Affairs and Defense Minister of Ecuador, Caroline Rodriguez, a former Foreign Minister of Guyana, and Macky Sall, a former President of Senegal. The selection process is expected to start in earnest this week, with straw polls in the 15-nation Security Council aimed at whittling down the field. Other candidates can still join the race. Diplomats say there is no obvious frontrunner, although there has been a widespread view it is Latin America's turn to provide the UN leader, and there has been support for a first woman in the job.